Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about learning concept art online at Brainstorm. As some of you maybe know, last year from October to November I took 2 Brainstorm online classes. It was a very intense but also fun experience. I also vlogged simultaneously, so if you don't know what I'm actually talking about, or if you don't know what is Brainstorm, just click the video here and check out the vlog before. This video I want to give you guys a guide on how to take a Brainstorm class, on how you decide which Brainstorm class you should take, which is the right class for you. Also to take in consideration how many classes you should take, what type of classes are there. And for this specific episode I took a lot of free time to really write down all my thoughts, all my notes, and I have my iPad with me today, so I'm basically gonna read partially stuff from the iPad. I had a lot of thoughts about how to construct this episode. First, I wanted to include all the work from all the students from both classes, but that was getting a little bit complicated because some of the students wanted to continue to work on their work, which is totally fine. That would be just like half assets, but I will put all the ARTSTATION links from all the students who attended the classes I was also attending down below in the description. Check out their portfolio, check out their work. They really worked their backside off to come up with good end results. I felt they also deserve a little bit of recognition, so if you maybe also a recruiter or an art director, definitely check out those artists. They're really talented and maybe in the future they are a potential hire for you or for your company. And before we start, also I wanted to say a big thank you to all the people who attended the live streams, who joined our art community, and who also wrote me messages on Instagram, who told me keep on going. I think they really saw me struggling and hustling and pushing through because it was really intense. I had 75 hours weeks in terms of working, but I also had to edit and do all the vlogging, which also took me some extra 20 hours. Big thank you to all of you. Without you I couldn't go through all that because you really gave me all that energy and motivation to really go through. So in June last year I signed up for 2 Brainstorm online classes. So my main goal for all these online classes was basically to improve my design skills and my concept art skills. I think if you're a professional you should always sharpen your axe, so to speak, and always should work on your craft. That's a never-ending story for this whole industry also. So the intention here was really to work on my weaknesses and to push myself. So I decided to sign up for 2 classes. One with Norris Lin, which is form language, and the other one was character design with Gu Yang. Norris Lin is a concept artist working on environments for Santa Monica Studios, and Gu Yang is a character concept artist working for Turtle Rock Studios. What can be a potential pitfall on when you choose an online class that the skills of the teacher are not reflecting their teaching skills. Moreover, I personally find it very important that a teacher has some sort of sensitivity for their students. High pressure can maybe bring out diamonds, but this does not work all the time. Every student is different. Nevertheless, Norris and Gu were not only very good artists, they also both had a very unique and delightful way of teaching. Norris made those super impressive drawing demonstrations where he drew out designs while explaining his thought process and giving good industry examples. The end result was not only impressive, but it was also well explained, and I could always take something out of that. While we went over broad themes in Norris' class, from shape design to using the mechanical function of an object to create new designs, Gu managed to train us on the perception of a great character design. Despite the fact that Gu managed to teach us the most important facts on a good character design in only 4 weeks, he also prepared us on pursuing our own character design while motivating us to really seek for new things. His positive and open personality made you want to draw characters immediately, which is very unique from my personal perspective. The teaching style of Gu and Norris was really different, but very unique on their own. They were super efficient on the other side, which I really enjoyed. So on this note, also a big thanks to Gu and Norris. You guys are really great teachers, really good artists, and also very joyful people. And I really enjoyed all the conversations and presentations. So keep that up. I would always take your class again. Now let's talk on what you need to plan before you take a Brainstorm class. So the first big question is, which is the right class for you? So for this you should know that all the classes are categorized in bootcamp, storm, normal and advanced class. The bootcamps usually go from 5 to 8 weeks, the storm are more intensive 5 weeks, and the normal classes have a duration. And the normal classes have a duration from 8 to 10 weeks. And if you're more interested in a personalized program for you which goes 3 months, maybe check out the mentorship. All the mentors at Brainstorm are industry veterans. You have Jonathan Kuo, June Ann, Saifo Haki and John Park. Let's go over the categorization of all the learning columns. Foundation goes over perspective bootcamp, figure drawing, visual communication and form language. If you're at the beginning of your journey, Perspective should be always number one to go to. Also, all the classes are named with numbers, so you see which class is the first one, and you can actually go chronological from the first to the last one. The game and film section is more specific on common industry techniques and learning on how to build your portfolio. What is great here is that the first class is actually a concept art bootcamp, which is a great introduction into the field of concept art overall. Of course, if you're more advanced, you can directly jump into an environment or a character design class. That really doesn't matter. Again, everything here is really a build-up process. That means, for example, that the environment classes are here called world building, and they start actually with design sketching and sketching environments. And then they go over the basic techniques of environment design and end up with more advanced techniques on finishing an environment to a certain level. The next category is animation, where you can attend classes like storyboarding, character design for animation, over to world building. Again, all those classes are catered to give you a more broad variety of classes. What is also great to see here is that classes like form language are also appearing here, which shows that those foundational classes are really important and they come back again even in those specific areas, which you should also clarify for yourself as, and which is maybe also very obvious. What do you want to learn? What is really your goal? So maybe portfolio building or just getting into foundations. And then you should be 100% honest with yourself and reflect your skill level. I would always recommend don't rush anything, really take your time on deciding which class you should take. And again, if you're a complete beginner, I would always recommend starting with the foundation classes. Really start with perspective, dynamic sketching. All those classes are really valuable and absolutely necessary for your whole foundation. If you're still unsure about your skill level or where you actually fit, you can also send the brainstorm department an email and they're also going to help you to answer those questions. What you can also do is you can join our art community on Discord. Just go on my YouTube banner on the Discord button, join our art community, because most of the people in our community took already brainstorm classes, so they also have a lot of experience and they can maybe give you a recommendation. Next point maybe sounds a little bit contrary to what I just said. Don't wait too long for deciding which class you want to take, because sometimes the classes get full very fast. So don't wait too long. Time zone and duration of the class. You definitely should take in consideration how long the class will go and when the class will happen. Brainstorm, as I already mentioned, has classes from 5 to 10 weeks. Be realistic with yourself and also talk to the people in your life beforehand. If it's your girlfriend, your boss, or your best buddy, everyone who could be affected by you being less available should be informed. In my opinion, when you decide to take an online class, you should always be very serious about that, which means you spend the most of your time focusing on your class to develop the most. The class is happening should be also a big point of consideration for you. For example, my character design was always on Sunday from 6 to 9 p.m. PST, which means for me 3 a.m. in the morning on Monday, and I had to work after that. It was really challenging for me because I had to get up at 2 in the morning on Monday to be in the class, be aware, be focused, listen to my teacher, and then directly go into work and start drawing. But it's not impossible. You should really be realistic with your time and all the other things you have to do in your life besides that. If you have enough time to do all that, that's great for you. The good thing, there's always a recording of the class which is available for 48 hours. So in any case you miss the class, you can always rewatch it later. Talking about the price, I think I paid $799 for one class, which is in my opinion a really good price. If you compare it with other online classes, it's about the same, but what you actually get for the money is really valuable. And we will not compare it to any other art college or anything, because there's really a very big gap. What you actually get for the price here is very well balanced. These were all the main informations I wanted to give you. If I forgot anything which is important and you maybe already have the experience with, write it down in the comments below. I now want to give you guys my personal advice and my personal opinion on the brainstorm class. So my biggest learning of the whole project: don't bite off more than you can chew. I was the best example on taking 2 classes while having my full-time job. You should treat one class like a 40-hour work job. So if you, for example, have a full-time job already, don't take more than 1 class. If you may be working part-time, it is more realistic that you can take 2 classes. But I always would go for quality than quantity, which means I would focus more on developing my end result while only taking one class instead of taking 3 classes and then just have okay results at the end. So let's say you decide to take 2 classes. This is already 80 hours of work. If you then have also a job on the side, it's gonna get really tricky. And I heard from people who took 3 classes. I don't know how they managed that. Maybe also the foundation classes are a little bit less intense than the other specific classes, but really if you want to play it safe, maybe not go over 2 classes per week. Considering the experience I had with Brainstorm, the intensity, the fun, but also everything I've learned, I believe that Brainstorm here is really a game changer for learning concept art. Because you have all those industry veterans and you not only have pre-recorded classes, you have live demonstrations and you have an interaction with the teacher, but also with the students. And I think the biggest superpower of Brainstorm is not the content they give you through the teachers. No, it's the community they build. All the people I met at Brainstorm, all the students I connected. You basically start a conversation with your peers. You start a conversation with people who also want to go into the industry, which can motivate you at the end again. You never know, maybe one of the people you took a class with will be your future boss or your future colleague. So I think the biggest superpower of Brainstorm is really connecting everyone together while taking classes, learning, having fun. And then also on top of that, they have really skilled teachers which give you a lot of context, not only on doing the work, but also give you context on industry examples. And they talk about experiences, they talk about their work, which is very helpful for someone who has no clue of the concept art industry. Because still to that day, the whole concept art industry is a little bit of a mysterium for people. You cannot really Google all the information you maybe can get from talking to a professional. So I believe Brainstorm can really be a game changer here, but it's also on Brainstorm itself. And I think if Brainstorm keeps up their game in terms of bringing more classes to the people and just offering more and bringing good teachers to their platform, Brainstorm can really be the top-notch concept art online platform for learning. For me, taking the classes was really a blast. I'm very, very happy that I decided to do that. It was an awesome experience. I grew so much as a person, but also as an artist. If you're already an industry professional, Brainstorm can also teach you certain things. If you're an environment artist and you were always interested in character design, that's a perfect opportunity for you. And I make the prediction that the Brainstorm classes will maybe get a little bit expensive in the future. There are more concept artists coming and more people are joining the industry. If you ever consider to take a class, maybe now it's the right time. I hope this guide is helpful for you guys. If you have more questions, just put it in the comments below or join the community and ask the questions there. Again, big thanks to everyone who sent me messages, joined the project, joined the live stream. Also big thanks to John Park for providing me with all the information I needed. And also again, big shout out to Norris and Gu for those awesome classes. I really learned a lot and I will definitely take you guys' classes again. If you want to support me, just subscribe to the channel and maybe give it a thumbs up. I hope this video was helpful for you and see you in the next video, guys. Bye bye.